because I don't know, I get kind of confused, and sometimes when I'm looking at the charts, it looks like it's running in one direction, and I'm afraid I'm going to miss it trying to figure out looking at other time frames, and I jump in and I fuck up.
Okay, yeah, yeah. All right, so because that's okay. So hold on one second. Hold on, man. Yeah, that's a because I kind of want. That's why I'm touching base with you, man. Because I know, like, I see a little thing. Yeah, I see you. You got a couple posts here, almost ready to go 15. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
you,
well,
oh,
somebody posted. They said, "Hey, let's keep a look on watching, the 2 hour and the 4 hour
mm-hmm.
RSI once it's topped out." So I figured I've got some time on my hands, so I started going through and I picked out a bunch of them, and I've been posting them as I've been picking them.
Yeah.
And
Let me
a
see.
couple of the guys said, "Let's go on Tomo and let's go on one of the other ones," and I tried to go in, but it really hasn't gone in any positive direction, really.
All right, because I see like Tomo looks like it should go Red Moon 30 soon. Okay, so let me see. I would like to know how to read the volume. All right, so Ches. All right, because I'm reading your post. Yeah, I'm trying to learn to guy. Hold on, what does it actually mean? Okay, so what is the? So I see like right there you have like where when you get in, it always goes the other direction. But you don't have when you get in, you don't. You're not going on. You're just kind of like looking at the chart and like so. Walk me through your like your steps of entering a trade.
Well, I normally what I'll do is I'll look at like the 2 hour and the 4 hour, and I'm looking to see if it's either at the top or at the bottom of the RSI. Uh, if it's at the top of the RSI, obviously I'm going to look to go down. If it's at the bottom, I'm going to look to go up. And then I start checking after I see the 2 and the 4 hour are in the same direction. I check the 1 hour to see if it's in the right direction, or at least bending in the right direction. Then I'll look at the 30 and the 15 because I know we can't go against the 30 and the 15. If I see them in a positive direction, I'll look at the 5 and the 3 to see if it's maybe bending, because it's happened to me so many times they start to bend up and then all of a sudden everything goes sour. So I'm kind of like looking at every freaking number that you could possibly think of to try to move in the right direction. I don't know that that's the right thing to do, though, because it never seems to go in the right direction after I do it.
All right. So when you decide to go in, what'd you say? So when you decide to go in, you don't look at the 3 minute for the entry.
I'm looking at like the 3, the 5, the 15. I'm bouncing back and forth. I don't know where to focus, but a lot of times, how the ticker just starts to move, and I think it is going in the direction that I'm thinking. And then I kind of like just jump in. I don't have like I've seen these guys are always saying get in at a certain percentage or whatever. I don't know how to run. I don't know how to calculate those percentages. I don't know. I haven't
Okay.
been able to
So
figure that out at all.
so what I want you to do here, man, is because we put in the new thing is under the academy. There's a thing called day one, right? So what I want you to
Uh
do
huh.
is go to day one and start over. Okay, so forget
Okay.
everything that you've been doing. I just want you to do what's in day one, right? So day
Okay.
one breaks down literally an entire system, right, of what we're trading. All the literally some of them like when you get to like MEXC, how to add funds and all that stuff, you can kind of like brief through them and yeah. So just
Yeah,
watch out.
I know how to do all that stuff. I know how to put money in. I know how to take money out.
Yeah, and
I
some
know
of
how to
it,
lose money.
yeah, and then some of it in there is like it's gonna say like stop losses, right? So watch the one with MEXC stop losses, so you can kind of like see that, or taking how to take profits on MEXC. Watch that one, and then just kind of like go through all those videos there, right? So I want you to start over on day one,
Okay.
and what I want you to do there is just basically go through the program from ground zero again, okay? Because
Okay.
when I say like how are you entering, and you're like, well, I look at the 3 minute, but I just kind of if it feels like it's going in my direction, I'm going in, right? Like that's like that's not how we enter. So I want you to go back and watch the program. Just watch all those new videos, and then put yourself where you're just doing that system right there. So don't do any other system. Just go through the new videos and only execute those trades, right?
Okay. All right.
That should clear up a lot of things that are confusing, because I know that a lot of people are doing different types of trades here and there, and that can confuse someone who is newer trying to do that. So that right now I got rid of all the other videos and we're just talking about one particular style of trading, and that's really what we're focusing on. So like once you get in there and kind of clean that up, only focus on what that's doing, right? So it's going to be a brief breakdown of how it works, and it just will literally walk through how we wait for, there's two types of trades, right? And when you get to the bottom, you'll see the two videos, and we did a video yesterday breaking down the entire system on two trades on one coin that happened, the two trades that happened, right? There's a A trade, which is the one we always want to focus on, meaning it's an A class trade, and there's a B trade, right? The B trade is a trade that happens just like an A trade, but it doesn't yield as much profit, and it's a higher, it's slightly higher risk because it's not giving 150 to 200%. It's giving more like 50, more like 100 to 120. So the odds of it, where what we're doing is we're taking profits every single time early, so that we're not pushing it, right? Because I think sometimes you guys get confused on how to extend profits or extend a run, and then it becomes like, you don't know where to put profits and so forth. So the new system is going to be really just, you set a stop loss at 30. Once you get into your position, you set a profit at 50%, and it does what it does.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Hey, those new indicators, do I need those new indicators? The guy said that I should send him $60 of Dodge
so right
for
now,
some new indicators.
Yeah, right now I would just focus on the original indicators, so that you have, so the new indicators have kind of like profit taking areas. They're nice to have. I mean, they're not, so what you'd be using anyways is the new indicator, which will have the trends, and then it literally has all the time frames on it, right? So you don't have to switch from time frame. It literally has it all in there. And then you would still be using our QE indicator with the moons, and then you'd still be using the RSI. So those would be the three indicators that you would be using, right? So the only difference is if you get the new indicator, it's going to give you a lot more information. I don't know, at the stage that you're at, I don't know if that's more helpful or not as helpful, depending on how you look. So the system that is being done is still based on the same thing that we were doing before, trends and moons. The only difference is when you have the new indicator, the trend, instead of looking like a line, it's actually like colored, right? So it's a graph. Right,
yeah, I've seen it on your YouTubes and on your
yeah. So you'll see that,
TikToks.
right? So when I go look at something and I say I'm looking for a red trend, I'll see the area will be red. Well, the only difference is if you have the old trend indicator, it'll be the line turning red.
Right.
So
right.
yeah, I mean, so a lot of people like it because they, instead of trying to see the line change inside the candles, the area turns red. So it's like,
yeah, it's probably easier to see it for sure, because sometimes I can't even tell if it's red or green or really what it is.
Then you would be, that's something you would definitely like this indicator then. So when you get the new indicator, you'd set that up, and then he has another indicator where he has all the moons on there, right? And personally, I don't use that indicator because I just find that it's just way too many moons, right?
It's too crowded.
It's too crowded. So what I do is I just use the main trend upgraded indicator, and then I use the regular QQE and then my regular RSI.
Okay.
So that way I have the trends in colors up top, plus it has the 4 hour, the 2 hour. It has all the trends on the top. So it keeps it very, like, a lot of good information. But I just don't use the moon one right now because the moon one is kind of like, it just has a lot of moons. So as we move forward, I don't want people like getting confused on 100 different moons that are in there. I just want them focused on, focusing on the system, right? Just the basics.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, you'll get it, but you can put it in your favorites, so it's always yours. And then as you get better down the road, you can turn around and say, oh, okay, I like having all the moons. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I only use one of the new indicators, and it's the trend one, and then the other two indicators I use are the original Q and the original RSI.
Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll do what you said. I'll go through all your new your new videos and stuff, and try to reestablish the right method, because I'm probably whoring the method up myself.
Yeah, because
And
when
I'll
you
just use the indicators that I got for now, because I'm tight on funds, so I
yeah
don't have money to spend really.
yeah
And then once I get better at it, and once I see that I'm comfortable with the indicators that I've got, then I'll throw some more in there to
yeah yeah because when
see if I can follow.
yeah, because when I said like how when do you enter, and you're like, well, when it's just going in my favor, and I'm like, that's not how we enter.
Right.
Like we only enter when the 3 minute has a moon and a trend in our favor. Like that's
Oh,
the
okay.
entry.
Okay.
Yeah
Yeah, because I've got a little thing written here: 1 hour red moon, 30-minute red trend,
yeah
check the 5 minute,
yeah
and get out on a 1 hour green moon.
yeah. We
That
always
was a trade you guys gave me a while ago, and I've got it pinned in front of me, and I'm always looking for it.
yeah. So that those are trades that we use, but I kind of cleaned it up a little bit. But no matter what trade you pick is always entered on the 3 minute. Like
Okay.
that's always been our entry.
So if the 3 minute is not moving in the right direction, doesn't have a green moon or a red moon, depending on which
Well,
direction you're going, don't get in.
yeah. You want the green 3 minute moon and the trend to be in your favor, and then that's your entry.
Well,
So go watch those videos, man. The videos we literally just cleaned up a bunch of trades. We just did the Ches trade live, and then we posted it, and then we went over it and how it worked. So you will literally see how
yeah, I
to
watched that one too.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the trade that you do. All right, so go clean that up, and then
Okay.
we'll touch base in a couple days.
Okay, I'll be in touch. Thank
All
you,
right,
buddy.
brother.
Appreciate it.
Later.
Talk to you soon. Take care.